Hello and welcome to Decoded, the AI Conversations. Artificial intelligence is no longer the technology of the future. It is here and now and is shaping our everyday lives. So throughout December, we'll be sitting down with a leader driving Korea's AI industry to learn where this technology is headed and how it's changing our daily lives. To help us decode this in a simple and engaging way, we have Dr. Kang Sung-ju joining us in our studio, known to many of you as Hang Sung for his YouTube channel. Dr. Kang, welcome to the studio.
Hello, it's great to be here. I'm Dr. Kang Sung-ju, also known as a science communicator Hang Sung. As you mentioned, AI is deep into our daily lives, but honestly, how it's changing our world is very complex code to many people. So here with a lot of leaders, I hope to explain the complex AI, how it's changing the world.
Yeah, we're so excited to have you here.
Thank you. Yeah.
Today, we'll be focusing on how AI is shaping the defense industry. And to learn more about this topic, we're joined by Dr. Jeon Tae-gyun, CEO of SI Analytics. Dr. Jeon, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. My name is Tae-gyun Jeon, and I'm the CEO and the founder of the SI Analytics.
Yeah, great to have you here. All right, so AI is shaking up a lot of industries, especially it's been a game changer in defense and security. So, Dr. Jeon, how are major countries like the US, China, and Europe applying AI to improve their defense capabilities?
Starting from 10 years ago, the AI capacity is just technology, just using automation or some data mining or the information retrieval. But today, most countries focus on how AI capacity build and transform their capacity to defense their own government and the territory. So major countries from US, China, and also European countries focus on each capacity to adapt AI capacity to solve the defense problem. Starting from the US cases, as you already know, the US country and the IT company focus on invest their data and infrastructure to highly increase the capacity, how they can change all the games to solve with the AI. So they increase the new types of infrastructure. So they starting to build very high capacity of the infrastructure with the data center inside of the US and allies of the US countries.
How is that being applied to fighting on the battlefield?
Yeah, the US is the strong vision to support the worldwide problem. So they operate their military asset for the worldwide to collaborate with the global cloud company from the US. They already have the worldwide cloud infrastructure worldwide. And to solve and to support the government mission, they connect two different infrastructure from the government side and the commercial side. So the US government easily used the worldwide infrastructure using computing and AI infrastructure. So their military asset naturally on the top of the government cloud. So they can support the real-time mission and the decision making and how every threat has happened inside of the world. And China has much more focus on the robotics.
Oh,
So yeah, as you already can be seen in a lot of news and video, and they starting to build very human-like robotics, and also very small type of some drone and the robotics with the highly capacity with the logistics. So that capacity is the increase the number of the human in the China. So China has already full of the human resources, but on the top of the human resources, they add a lot of the machine intelligence and the machine resource.
Okay, so building on that global picture, let's shift our focus to a real conflict that we are facing. Dr. Kang, we've seen on the news how AI is being applied heavily in the war in Ukraine, right?
Right. So this Ukraine-Russian war was the we can call first AI drone war in modern history. So as you already heard about, a lot of suicide AI drones or impact a lot of the battlefield. The most important part of the here in the AI, once AI is applied to the commercial drone, since commercial drone is not that very expensive, and once they installed AI to the commercial drone, even if they disconnect all the the communications, since AI automatically lock on the target and go to the suicide bombing or something like that. So that's the most dangerous part, and that's the impact how AI can work on the battlefield.
It's a real game changer because it's incredible how this cheap drone
Right.
can destroy millions of dollars worth of military assets in Russia. So let's zoom in on Korea for a moment. So Korea, historically, we've been emphasizing a lot in sovereign defense, the idea of defending our country without the reliance of external powers. But Dr. Jeon, you've championed the idea of sovereign defense AI. So what do you mean by that?
Yeah, the sovereign keyword is really well known nowadays. And originally, the military system and the military service is heavily focused on the manufacturing capacity because of we have to prepare right human resource and the right weapon. But we have the very long history of the 40 or 50 years of the geopolitical situation. So during that period, we already record and gather the right data due to how we can focus on the surveillance and during our fighting situations, and we collect the right data. This is the very important, the very unique data in the worldwide. And also, a lot of people already know that if we upgrade, if we prepare the capacity of the AI, we have to prepare three things. The first one is the data, infrastructure, and the AI model. So infrastructure and the AI model is based on how we can spend the budget. But the data is not the money problem, because the military version of the data is really hard to correct or the manufacturing by themselves. So based on our geopolitical situations, we naturally gather our own military data set. So
out of the three pillars, we already have the data.
Yeah, so this year, our president decided to buy tons of the GPU from the NVIDIA, and it also helpful to increase the whole industry in this country, and also the defense is also the major part of that.
Dr. Jeon, I have one question. Probably a lot of the Korean men, youth, has interested in. So as AI plays a bigger role, do you think the soldiers can reduce? That means we're taking off the conscription, mandatory conscription system right now. Do you think this technology, AI, can change the system to the voluntary soldiers, something like that?
Yeah, definitely. And current the human resource for the military service in South Korea is highly decreased. So we have to preparing how we gonna change the formation of the AI and also human resource and the teaming between the man and unmanned the team. So we are now plan for replacing all the major position in the military service. So basically, starting with just the general human service for the military service, but nowadays we focusing on how each person has the capacity or the capability deal with the AI to adapt the military services. Our government has the problem to decrease the human resource for the military services. So the man and unmanned teaming is the good concept to solve that problem.
But for the longest time, there was a nuclear arms race. Possession of a nuclear weapon really gave that country exponential advantage, right? And deterrence. But with AI into the picture, do you think this will trigger a new type of an arms race? Maybe like an AI arms race?
Yeah, a lot of government keep pushing the AI-enabled defense system. So in my personal opinion, each country has to increase the nuclear power and the capacity, but now they decide to transform that kind of nuclear power to support the AI infrastructure. Because of the to operate the AI system, nowadays the electricity is a really huge problem. To support high volume of the GPU, and we need a lot of electricity, and that kind of nuclear power is the very important engine to operate the GPU systems.
Right. Well, just for a disclaimer, because of the non-proliferation treaty, countries are not supposed to possess or develop nuclear weapons. But you're saying nuclear power as an energy source is also being transferred into developing the AI systems for defense. So it's kind of like you're using nuclear not as a weapon, but you're using nuclear to fuel a new weapon, the AI weapon in the defense field. That's really interesting. So this brings me to the next question. We cannot talk about AI without talking about this really important issue of ethics.
Right.
And Dr. Kang, I know you've talked about this a lot on your YouTube channel.
Right.
What are some ethical concerns surrounding the use of AI in the defense arena?
So every time I make a content, like I make a video related to the AI, always the reply says that like they always keep talking about Terminator, the Skynet. Actually, we're actually like seeing on the way to the Skynet is actually control like all the automated system, or AI can actually keep pushing the like a nuclear button or something like that. That's what they are talking about. But we actually, the key word here is who is able to access the lethal access, which is who is going to decide the last minute decision. The government or the people and a lot of the leaders are agreeing with the, like the last minute decision has to be only to the humans, right? But they're trying to make everything as an efficiently to the final decision, and then like they're using the AI because in the warfare because the reduce the human casualties.
Right, and sometimes time is of the essence. So you need some support from AI to present the data, pros and cons of option A and option B.
Right, think about it like somebody shoot the missile, somebody launched the missile, and then if AI doesn't play a role over there, we don't know where the missile comes from, and we don't know the trajectory of the missile. So we're running out of time to respond to the missile, and then
missile trajectory confirmed.
Part, and then AI can contribute to retract the trajectory of the missiles and everything. But the final decision, are we strike back here or not, has to be a decision by human.
Right.
So that's the most important part.
Are there any safeguards to prevent AI from accidentally pressing a button that will kill or something like that?
I was always curious about that one as well.
The basic design is that we do not providing certain kind of the important decision to the machine. So always the final decision is by the human.
So they don't even write a code to reach the final steps to the like
pressing a button or pulling the trigger.
Right, something like that.
So that kind of the important mission or the important thing, and we connect the physical equipment to control by the human, not just the code by the online or sort of that.
Well, it's reassuring to hear that there are safeguards in place.
예를 들어서 저희가 지도를 볼 때 뭐 돋보기를 쓴다든지 아니면 뭐 줄자 같은 걸 쓴다든지를 통해서 더 지도를 잘 볼 수 있잖아요. 그것처럼 인공지능이라는 도구를 사용해서 이 위성 영상을 더 잘 들여다본다라고 생각하면 될 것 같습니다. 다만 차이점이라면 그 도구가 훨씬 더 강력하고 더 범용성 있다.
보시는 화면은 미국의 일리노이주에 있는 지오 스페셜 파운데이션 모델은 위성, 센서, 해상도를 통합한 초거대 AI 모델이라고 이해해 주시면 좋을 것 같습니다. 이 AI 모델에서는 실제 항공기, 베슬, 그리고 차량까지 탐지를 하고 있습니다. 어떠한 특정한 객체를 탐지하고 분류하는 기능 이외에도 저화질 영상을 고화질 영상으로 변환하는 기술까지 탑재가 되어 있습니다. 영상의 모습이고요. 저희가 이거를 이제 이동을 시켜보면 지금 이제 가운데가 좀 이전 영상. 실제적으로 피해 면적이 어느 정도가 된다라는 것들을 사람이 일일이 세지 않고 어림잡은 형태가 아니라 LLM 모델을 통해서 빠르고 정확하게 계산할 수 있습니다.
인공지능 자체가 뭘 할 수 있는 게 아니라 우리가 학습을 해줘야 됩니다. 학습을 해주려면 데이터셋, 기본적인 데이터를 정확하게 만들어줘서 이걸로 학습을 해야 됩니다. 이런 데이터셋을 구축하는 것에 국내에서 업무를 하신 수십 년 동안 업무하신 분들이 그런 데이터셋을 구축을 해서 그걸로 해서 우리가 인공지능에 학습할 수 있습니다.
So Korea's recent Nuri rocket launch has once again cast a spotlight on the indigenous satellite and rocket capabilities of Korea. And Dr. Jeon, satellite imaging, this is your specialty. So could you walk us through what happens when we combine AI with satellite imaging?
The surveillance is the first thing from the battlefield and the military side. So for the Nuri rocket, we have the sovereignty. Whenever we want to launching our satellite, we can go through that. And as the service from the Nuri or the rocket services from the SpaceX, we have a lot of chance to launch the satellite by ourselves. So that means the data is highly increased from the space. So the human resource cannot read or interpret that kind of imagery by themselves. So they receiving tons of data by hour, by minute. So AI is the screening what is the inside of that. So you have to keep watching them or just read it. So AI is the best screener for the satellite imagery. And also, satellite image capture almost over 100 square kilometers by one single imagery. So if we divide it into the Seoul territory within 4 pieces, with only 4 imagery, we can capture all the territory of the Seoul. So as you already know, the resolution of the imagery highly increased. So we can see the number of the human and the number of the vehicles. So to interpret and to monitoring certain imagery by the human eye is impossible nowadays. So the AI is the very big engine to interpret and to support the decision making.
To handle the volume of data being collected, and also it can speed up the process?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I have a quick question. Like, if you see the like a spying movie or something like that, you see the satellite images, and then they can zoom in, and then they can see a lot of details, right? These days, and then like if AI is combined with those satellite images, how good like you can see the images? Can you read the like license plate of the cars, or can you see the like somebody standing between like a very small area? How good is that?
That kind of story comes from the movie, but now,
Right.
yeah, nowadays it's the reality.
Oh, really?
So the
Oh,
novel
okay.
and nowadays the generative AI has make them real. So and also our company do the similar services to increase the resolution or the quality of the imagery by the AI. So basically starting from the low resolution, and we increase the better imagery from the generative AI.
Amazing. Well, speaking of capabilities, Dr. Jeon, your company is also at the forefront of AI in the defense sector. So what makes your company different from other defense AI solutions out there?
Yeah, we are a frontier company in the South Korea, and also we reviewing a lot of the problem from the worldwide. So we have a strong foundation model. It means that we correct worldwide the problems for the very different imagery sensors, and we correct them into one single model. So previous architecture should be divided into each problem should be prepare certain data set to related with that kind of problem. But nowadays, the concept of the foundation model is to remove all the data set, all the problem, just make the huge general intelligence into single model. So we prepared that for 3 years. And also this year, we published our geospatial foundation model, just consuming the all around the world satellite imagery into one single platform. And last year, the NASA and the IBM has a collaboration to providing certain geospatial foundation model, but the base resolution is almost 30-meter resolution. So we cannot identify certain things come from that resolutions, but we prepare 30 centimeter resolution.
Yeah.
So almost 10 times resolution, and the volume of the model is almost 5 times bigger than this.
It seems like your platform is actually offering not only the military but also for the like weather or the other like a smart farm or something like that. Can they apply it for that kind of the field?
Yeah, sure. We have 2 different platforms, but the common and the core technology is almost similar. So first part is the defense and the national security, and the other side is the climate change and the weather and the disaster monitoring, and also high value infrastructure monitoring is really important. So we kept pushing support that kind of industry.
Oh, I see.
So what is your outlook for the next 10 years in terms of AI and the defense industry?
Yeah, in next 10 years, the battlefield is fulfilled with not just the human. A lot of the autonomous weapon and robotics and the vehicle, but we have not enough land of the sea, so in a certain period, we cannot go further to the attack or defense side. So in my mind, at that point, every country cannot go further through the defense or the warfare, so they just stop to fighting because they already know each other real time and what is the
acts like
inside
deterrence
and asset. Yeah,
more
so,
than a means of attack?
Yeah. At the end of this preparation for the AI-enabled system can stop the warfare.
Can
Definitely.
stop warfare?
Yeah, sure.
So no more fighting because everybody knows each other's capabilities. So we come to a full deterrence.
Right.
Okay, what a fascinating outlook. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Kang and Dr. Jeon, for sharing your insights with us today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Well, that's all for today. Join us next week with me and Dr. Kang as we sit down with another leader driving Korea's AI technology. Thanks for watching.